I have never had sex. The level of disrespect. I have never had sex with a woman who has never liked me. That is an insult. That is disrespectful. That is demeaning. Like, it made me actually had to Google. I Googled his wife because I'm like, no, I need to check who your wife is. If you are insulting, if you think Paige is the referee and you think Jacob should be the one praising God because Karen Haley slept with him, I had to Google who his wife looked like. And it kind of matched my theory. It did. It matched my theory. Yes, it did. It did. It did. So Kevin, your condescendingness was out in the open. It was disgusting, to be very honest. I was disgusted yesterday by how you talked to Paige and the position you gave Paige, but I'm disgusted that you couldn't even call Haley out on the BS. You couldn't. Because you're yourself, you're Haley. You're Karen, you're Chris. That's who you are. Yeah, I was thoroughly disgusted. I really was.
Appreciate that, Adra. I'll make sure I don't go against your bad side. I'll make sure they don't put any pictures of my
or my husband's bad side. Thank you.
I hear you. Oh, gracious. I'm hearing you. Candice, talk to us. Resident therapist, talk to us this.
Well, Miss Adjoa just said what I was thinking, because I was like, he did not give Paige the same amount of heat that he was giving Miss Haley. He gave Haley no heat. And yeah, I just had to Google his wife too to see what was going on here. And I see what you're saying, Adjoa. I think we all see if we Google his wife. But one thing that really irritates me about the way he handled the situation is that Haley sat there so smug, as if, yes, like, I'm right. And I'm like, is nobody besides Dr. Pepper going to hold her to the fire and tell her that she handled this horribly? And until somebody does, like, I love Dr. Pepper, but beside everybody else can go somewhere and kick rocks or open toe shoes, because I was not feeling Kevin last night with Jacob. And I don't know. Adjoa said what I was thinking, but just, I was not feeling Kevin Frazier at all. And I feel like he is protecting white women. I was trying to be politically correct, but I'm kind of straightforward sometimes, protecting white women and not the Black women. And I just have no space for him in my world. He can go somewhere with that. That's all I got for Kevin Frazier.
I hear you. Onu, as a man, maybe you have a different perspective, maybe you have a similar perspective. I don't know. Talk to us. What's your thoughts?
So I just Googled Kevin's Frazier's wife. So I was just trying to I didn't know. So I'm just going to say maybe his wife encouraged him to be a little nicer for Haley. Let's put it that way. I didn't appreciate his tone throughout the entire second episode. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it's his agenda or the show's agenda, but I mean, maybe his situation at home kind of helped him in this situation right here. But I think we can all just pass on, just say he's probably wasn't the best host for this episode. Just leave it at that.
Appreciate it. I mean, I think from my perspective, I watched it and I was focusing more on the body language and what Adja picked up, I picked up quite as well, because he literally didn't do that with the Paige and Chris situation. He didn't move much, but with the Jacob part, it's almost like he took personal offense against Jacob. And I only say that because of the way that he came off the seat. Like, he was on the edge. Like, when you're on the edge of your seat, you're now on the attack. You're ready to give somebody something, right? Not to say that you've even been aggressive. It's just that you're on the attack. You're on the move. You're going forward. So when I saw him there, I was like, wait. why is he doing that to Jacob? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, at least if you're doing it for both of them. You know what I mean? Like, okay, both of them are going to catch smoke and heat today. You're going to ask her some questions. You're going to ask her why the hell she slept with him, you know, when she knew she would like him. I thought, okay, he's going to give them both smoke. But then his body language only showed, and it almost became, it was not so heavy, but almost became almost like he was almost putting a challenge up to Jacob, just slightly. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob kind of caught it and said, bruh, you didn't have my experience. So you can't basically said, you can't tell me what it was. I had an experience. You didn't see what I saw. And Jacob handled it quite well, actually. I think one thing I would admire Jacob for is that in all settings, he's held himself down. He's not let anybody, you know, put a narrative on him or make him feel less than. He's made sure that, look, if this is my truth and this is my truth, I'm going to stick to it. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of whether you're Kevin, you're the host or not, you didn't see what I saw. This is my particular truth. And I love the fact that he'd be just like, but you're a liar. He would tell Hayley, you're a liar. But we'll get back to that. We'll get to that part in a second. But yeah, I definitely do believe there was something going on with Kevin. I don't know if maybe it's just more personal because maybe that was because of the wife thing. Maybe it was, you know, maybe he leans more to the white side. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too tough because, you know, he's been on point most seasons.
Kevin doesn't like black women. Let's put it that way.
I don't want to say that because usually throughout the seasons he seems okay.
I said it.
Oh, you said it. Okay, so you said it. Okay, that's cool. That's no worries. You said it, I didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? Those are the thoughts of the panelists. Okay, that's not Little Black, but that's the thoughts of the panelists, guys. No jokes. But but I definitely take all you guys' points as well, because I definitely felt he definitely came with a different type of energy. Definitely. Moving on from obviously Pastor Cal and Kevin as well. Let's talk a little bit more about obviously Hayley and Jacob and their situation. What was your kind of thoughts on, you know, Jacob pretty much called her out. He called her a liar. He didn't mince his words. He said, "You are a liar." You know what I'm saying? What was our thoughts with Resident Jacob's thought? Resident Jacob called up Hayley a liar. Hey, oh, you want to go? Sorry, Onu, go. My bad.
I appreciated Jacob in this episode. There's only two things I was looking for. I wanted Jacob to be not apologetic, and I needed Jacob to say his mind and not let anyone sway him from it. And he carried through in both of those sentiments. So I was like, you know what? He came through at the end. I am happy. I'm ecstatic at his performance. Now, I mean, what he went through, I mean, it's one thing to be rejected. It's another thing to be rejected over and over and over again. Like, I don't know how much rejection I could take, but at the same time, it would be nice if she could have actually had something nice, something decent to say. Like, I think Jacob could have went a lot snarkier, but again, his approach and demeanor to how he handled the situation is top notch. When compared to the other relationship that kind of went south, he pretty much kept to himself throughout, didn't let the situation get the best of him, whereas somebody else we'll talk to later, it's like, I still don't know what happened. So thank you, Jake.